Evergreen tree, the Birch Widow. Genre: folk horror/supernatural tragedy. Setting: frozen wetlands of northern Belarus, late 1800s. Coffin prologue: the pact of bark and bone. Centuries ago, a starving settlement called Ruzka Hollow made a pact with a forest entity known as the Birch Widow, a skeletal spirit wrapped in bark who wove her promises into the trees themselves. In exchange for survival, the villagers would bury one child each year beneath the white trees during the longest night. They called it the White Wedding. Over time, the forest grew thick with bones. Manzombie acti, the bride returns. Talia, a mute woman scarred by war, is found half frozen on the edge of the hollow. She's taken in by an old widow who warns her to stay indoors on bride night. When the trees hum with voices and the wind carries whispers of vows. That night, Talia wanders too far and sees something horrifying. A child in a wedding veil, walking backwards into the woods, dragged by vines. No one will speak of it, but a small gravestone appears the next morning, carved with a name that no one remembers. IACT2 Bark and Blood. Talia uncovers hidden journals written by the widow's dead daughter, a bride once chosen by the Birch Widow. The writings tell of living trees, their bark carved with runes and faces that leap sap like blood, and a bridegroom who never came. Talia also finds a strange locket under her pillow, inside her face drawn in ink centuries old. Each night, the forest comes closer. One by one, the townsfolk vanish. They are replaced by trees in the same place they were last seen, trees with fingers. Fire ACT3, the wedding of roots. The hollow's last night approaches. The widow begs Talia to flee, but it's too late. The villagers surround her, dressed in white, chanting the ancient words. She's the final bride, the last descendant of the pact's first promise. Bound in silk spun from birch bark, Talia is taken into the Heart Grove, where the Birch Widow waits. Taller than trees, veiled in vines, her voice a chorus of buried brides. But Talia has learned the truth. The pact was not made to save the village, but to keep the widow asleep. Every bride was a dream anchor, and if no bride is accepted, the widow waits. Skull final confrontation. Talia carves open her chest with a birch shard, offering her blood not to be taken, but to sever the line. She speaks the vow backwards, breaking the ritual. The widow screams as the trees begin to rot, collapsing into ash. The Heart Grove burns. The hollow is gone. Woman Mage epilogue. Years later, a botanist finds a strange clearing where nothing grows. Just a single white tree, perfectly preserved. Tied around its base, a red-stitched veil. From beneath the bark, a faint heartbeat. The widow is dreaming again, but dreams never die.